Yeah. Good day, everyone, and welcome to today's training session. This is to officially welcome each and everyone to this very session of our training on solar power system installation. This is to officially welcome each and everyone to this very phase of the live class on basic solar power system installations. Yes. So it is the basic solar power system installations like you all know. And in the introductory class we gave to you previously, we have made sure that we gave you all what you need to know firstly, the various information and the details you need to know about your solar energy solar system. We said that solar energy is the energy got thrown through the sun when one of the solar components absorbs the rays of the sun and converts it to electricity for you to use to power up your house, your offices, your companies, your factories. Okay, and we said that there are basically two types of solar power system. You have the on-grid and you have the off-grid. When you talk about the on-grid type of solar power system, you are saying that you are going to be connected to more than one power supply source at a time, which also translates to the fact that you are going to be having electricity all day, all time, because you have access to solar, you have access to generator, you also have access to grid and any other power supply source that is available at that point in time. We also talked about the other type of solar system setup, which we call the off-grid, and we made sure to tell everyone who joined us for that session that when you run an off-grid type of solar power system, it means that you are only allowed to be on one power supply source at a time. You are only allowed to be on only one power supply source at a time, which means that you are going to be on only on solar, which also means or translates to the fact that you are only going to be generating energy using your solar panel. You are only going to be generating energy using your solar panel, and in either case you cannot have electricity in your day in your facility all day all time. We move to tell everyone or to inform you all that there are four basic solar components. Yeah, that means that there are four components used for your solar system setup. You have the solar panel, you have the solar inverter, you have the solar charge controller, and you have the solar battery. The solar panel is known as the energy generating station, which means that it is the solar panel you are going to be putting on your roof, or you are going to be doing ground mount. It is the solar panel that is going to be um, attracting or trapping these rays of the sun and converting it to electricity for you to use in your facility. Then this your inverter system does energy conversion for you, due to the fact that the energy being generated by your solar panels are in DC, direct current, and the loads that you intend to power up, that is your appliances, are AC appliances. You cannot in any way use the energy generated by your solar panels directly to power up your load. Therefore, you need a a system which can actually help you to convert that your DC energy to an AC energy, and that is where the inverter system comes in. That is where the inverter system comes in. The inverter system comes in such a way that it is going to be converting your DC energy to an AC energy so that you can be able to power up your AC appliances. Then we talk about the battery system. We said that the battery system is for the purposes of storing energy. Why? Because we have taken into consideration the fact that the source of the energy for solar is through the sun, but the sun does not stay up all day. However, there might be specific times of the day when the energy is needed, and there might not be sun. So what do? We got together this battery system which will actually help us to store up energy, which will actually help us to store up um, energy. And when it is storing up energy, it will be at a time that your solar panels will be producing a lot of energy. That is when we say the solar panels are producing energy at its peak. So when the solar panels produce energy at its peak, depending on the irradiance you have, it will firstly power up your facility depending on the type of system you are running, okay, and then store up the leftover energy or the excess energy that you have from the generation side of the system. That is how the battery system came into your solar system setup. Then we also talked about the charge controller. We said, like we usually say, the charge controller is the security man of your battery system. The charge controller regulate what goes in and what goes out of the battery system. The charge controller is in charge of the health of your battery system. In all of this, we did so well by also exposing you to the various types and how to handle all of those components. We also told you that they are not just the only component that are going to be used for solar power system installations. We also have what we call the safety tools and gadgets, which belongs to the class of the breakers, the fuse, the surge, the earthing, the grounding. You can also, if you wish, include your changeover, whether the automatic changeover or the manual changeover. In either case, they are both good. So we gave out a quick layout or template on how you can be able to carry out a successful solar system installation project. Questions were taken, answers were provided on that very platform in the last session during the introductory stage, and we called it a day. So, in this live class today, we are going to be taking on something very, very interesting. We are going to be talking about things that really matters, things that concerns us. We are going to be talking about or answering some or most of the questions that were asked in the introductory stage, which we were not able to provide answers for. All right, not that the answers were not available, not that we didn't have the answers, but because it was not the right time to review those answers. So in this class tonight, we are going to put out the complete answers, put out the complete information so that everyone who is here can benefit from this. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. Can
Yes, we
every
can hear you clearly.
All right. Who else can hear me? If you can hear me clearly and you are here, please give us your favorite emoji. Let me see your thumbs up. If you can hear me and you are here, you are following up. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So it's good that everyone can hear me, and then it shows that you all are also following accordingly. All right. Thank you for that. So we can now proceed. We can proceed. We just reminded others on the WhatsApp platform that the class has commenced. We just share the link again so we can now go ahead. So, having given a summary or breakdown of what we have done in the past, why are we here for this class? Why is this class important? what do we intend to learn from this class? This is a class we titled Energy Audit. This is a class we title Energy Audit. And when we say energy audit, it is a very very important topic when we talk about the solar power system installations. When we talk about the solar power system installations, there is no system installation you will carry out, no matter the capacity, without you firstly going through the process of energy audit. All right, because energy audit exposes you to a whole lot of things and a whole lot of issues that might come up in your system will definitely be taken care of, and so your system will perform optimally, your system will perform efficiently. So when we say energy audit, we are basically trying to say that or to answer that your question that some persons have always asked, how can they be able to know the size of the inverter system to power up a house? How can they be able to know the size of charge controllers to be used to charge a battery system? How can they be able to know the size of batteries which will be sufficient enough to run or power up a facility, or even the size of the panels that can be or that should be used to run that system installation? And we kept on telling them that that is a good question, but coming in a wrong way, or at a wrong time. Yes, but it's actually a very good question due to the fact that there is something you need to take care of before you start talking about the sizing of your various solar components. Yes, there is something you need to take care of before you start sizing your various solar components. And when you do not take care of that thing, you will definitely make a whole lot of mistakes, a whole lot of errors in your system installation. So this energy audit we're talking about is a tool which takes care of two things for you. On one hand, it helps you to know the energy need of your facility, and on the other hand, it helps you to use the information of the energy need of your facility to size your various solar components. It means that it firstly helps you to know what you are powering up. It also uses the information of what you are powering up to actually know what is the energy being consumed by those number of things or quantity of loads that you intend to power up. Once it gets to or once you get to know the energy consumption in watts, then that automatically transforms to the energy need of your facility. I hope I am communicating. Can anyone still hear me? All right. So I'm sharing my screen right now. Please kindly indicate that you can see my screen. Madam Miriam Yusuf, are you still here? Can you see my screen? Madam Miriam Yusuf, if you can talk to us, what can you see on the screen, please? Just unmute yourself and tell us what you can see on the screen if you are here with us. Okay, I need to be sure you can see my screen. Okay, let somebody tell me what he or she can see on the screen.
Energy audit.
All right, thank you. Energy audit here. That is the right thing you should see on your screen. Please, if you do not see energy audit, or at one point in time you get to lose my screen, that is to say you're no longer seeing what I'm displaying on the screen, please, you need to know that your network is misbehaving. And then you can actually log out and log in again for you to see the screen, okay? Or you call to my attention, please. Kindly call to my attention. All right, thank you so much. So energy audit it is. Energy audit is what you expected to see. All right, And from my screen, you can see that energy audit is the determination of the energy requirement for a building. It is a careful examination of all the electrical loads. Just like I said earlier, energy audit helps you to take care of the energy need of your facility. That is what they talked about when they say the energy requirement for a building. It also went ahead to tell you that it is a careful examination of the electrical loads, which means that you need to actually have a proper idea of the complete loads, quantity of loads, sizes of loads that you intend to power up using either the solar system or any other form of energy supply in that facility. So you actually need to have this idea of the energy need, okay, in terms of having to get to know what appliance are you powering up, the number of appliances you are powering up, what is that appliance going to consume in terms of wattage. So that is what this energy audit takes care of for you. Energy audit helps you to prevent oversizing of your system, safeguarding your electrical appliances from damaging from inappropriate power surge, and generally saves you cost. What does simply mean in a layman's understanding is that when you carry out a proper energy audit from a facility or on a facility, it is in turn trying to save you or help you to prevent oversizing of your system. And just like we usually say, in this field, there is no room for assumption. Okay, there is no room for assumption because when you assume, you tend to make a whole lot of mistakes, not intentional. Okay, it might be unintentional, but then because you have assumed from the very beginning, you can never have a complete and a good and efficient and optimal solar power system that is to be installed. So at every point in time, you are to carry out a proper energy audit on a facility so as not to oversize that system. Now, take for instance, if one of us here in this class, like say, let's say Madam Miriam Yusuf, let's say she has invited us to run a solar system for her in her house, or she calls us over the phone to say, "Oh, Factory Tech, I I got the information you are in the solar field. Can you install a system for me? Can you give me a system? What kind of system do I need?" And we do not just ask her anything. We just say, "Okay, we have 15 kVA system we can deploy to your facility. We also have a 15 kilowatt hour lithium battery. We have 560 watt solar panels. 10 units of it is okay, sufficient. And then let us give you a hybrid system for that 15 kVA." That would work, won't it? It will definitely work. However, that is not what is expected of us as professionals in the field. Why? Because we have practically, in a way, either oversized or downsized that system by not firstly asking certain questions, by not firstly carrying out energy audit on that facility, by not actually visiting that site to actually know what that facility contains and what the client actually needs. So you don't just because you are an electrician, you have a good idea of how to connect cables, positive and negative cables together, you can now say, okay, fine, you can run a solar system. Fine, good and fine, you can do the installations, but without the proper designs, you can never make a very good solar installer in this field. So one principal thing you should always put to mind is the act of you trying to prevent oversizing or even downsizing of your system. Okay. All right. So can you all still hear me clearly, please? All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So one good thing you need to one good thing you need to One good thing, one good thing you need to look into and take care of in your journey of uh, system installations is to make sure that you carry out a proper energy audit on a facility. You must firstly know what you intend to power up. That is the basics. That is what you are expected to do. That's what you're expected to do. And with that, you are good to go. And with that, you are good to go. So it also safeguard your electrical appliances from damaging. Yes, this energy audit can actually help you to uh, design your safety tools and gadgets. It can help you design your safety tools and gadgets. That is what we mean by safeguarding your electrical appliances from damaging. Okay, so in this very class, we are also going to be introducing you to the various safety tools and gadgets that you need. I have made mention of them previously, but for those of us who are new, that is to say, we are not electrical persons, we are not technicians, we are not engineers, we are not even installers. We just came from the other world, whether you're into business before or you do any other kind of work, but you just want to learn new skill. We are going to be introducing you to these safety tools and gadgets we talk about. All right. And finally, energy audit also saves you costs. How does energy audit save you costs? Take for instance again, our client whom we used as an example before, we said Madam Miriam is our client for tonight, and we said if she had invited us for a solar installation, and due to the fact that we didn't do the needful, okay, by carrying out a proper energy audit on that facility, by firstly trying to know what is to be installed, what is to be powered, by what time those things are to be powered. We will have the okay, let's not say have, let's be careful in choosing the words here right now. We will be making a mistake and in turn oversize that system. And once the system is oversized, remember that the cost of installing a smaller system wouldn't be the same as the cost of installing a very big or a very large system. That is what it simply mean. That is what we're talking about here. So let's say Madam Miriam only needs about 2 kVA system, while we have oversized it to give her provide her with a 15 kVA solar system. So you see, the cost of getting a 15 kVA might be put at 10 million, while that of 2 kVA might just go for a million or so. So they are not the same, and they can never be the same at any point in time. That is the reason why this topic is very, very important. So whenever you hear about system designs or energy audit, is telling you about system designs, it's telling you about the complete calculations that has to do with your solar system. So in summary, solar energy audit links the energy needs of a facility to the sizing of the various solar components. That is what we are talking about. Things to consider during solar energy audit. Yes, this is also very, very important. There are things to consider when we intend to run a solar energy audit. One, the list of electrical appliances to be powered by the solar system, power rating of the electrical appliances in watt, daily running hours of the appliances, the total energy consumption of that your building, the total energy consumption of that facility will also be required. These are the things you need. You can just pen them down in one part of your notes. If you have your writing material, just put it down in your writing material. While on the long run, you will get to see how all of these things play out, because we are going to take them bit by bit and then give you a breakdown of each and every one of them. So, the importance of energy audit is that one, it provides the data needed for the appropriate system design, just as we have been talking about. It helps you to identify opportunities to reduce energy use. It reduces the capital cost. It also helps to ascertain the backup time of the solar storage, which are all very, very correct. Which are all very, very correct. So now, safety, like we said, solar safety or solar system safety. When we talk about safety in solar system, we are technically or practically trying to say that you must keep the entire solar system safe, your home appliances safe, and the managers or the end users of that machine safe as well. So for you to say that the solar system is safe, it has to be free from both human and natural disasters. When we say human disaster, it means that maybe there will be loose connections or there will be naked wires flying around. When the operator goes there to operate the machine, he or she can be shocked. When we say natural disasters, when that system is not well earthed, because in some machines, in some inverter systems, they are designed in such a way that when there is no proper earthing on that system, the system tends to have earth leakage, which will make that system carry current on the body. So if you by mistake or by chance touch the body, you get electric shock. In some installations, I don't know if you've seen some of the videos when some installers finish doing their job, doing a very good job, and they put their tester on the body of the inverter system. You will see that the inverter system has current. Yes, that means that there is a problem with that system. That system is not safe enough to be operated. Also, there have been times, I believe there have been times that even our client, Madam Miriam, has been advised that whenever it is raining, she should turn off her inverter system. She should shut down her solar system so that it doesn't get damaged, so that her appliance does not get damaged. Is that true? Does that work? Yes. However, that is what we call a good information given in a wrong way. Can lightning affect your solar can does the solar system get affected when it is raining? Yes. Does rain affect your solar system? Yes. But what in particular affect that your solar system? Some persons will say because it is thunder storm or thunder strike, the inverter goes off and that was it. The inverter packed up. Does the thunder actually damage your inverter system? No. So if Madam Miriam is still here, she will get to know right now that the thunderstorm does not in any way cause harm to her a solar system at all. So what is the danger that occurs, or what is the danger that happens, or what is the danger that we fear during the raining period? It is what we call lightning strike. Yes, those your lightning strike are in form of high voltages above 1000 volts. Some go as high as 1500 volts. And you know that your solar panel is in the open space, okay? So once that lightning strike comes in, your solar panels absorbs it. Your solar panels cannot be able to handle that high volume of voltage. What does it do? It spreads it across the line. Some go to your solar system component, some go into your house. And if you are an operator and you are holding any of the component, you will get shocked as well. However, the good thing here is that you don't actually need to turn off your inverter system or turn off your solar system if it is properly installed by ensuring that it is safe. Now, it being safe simply means that you need to now introduce the things we call safety tools and gadgets. if you introduce those your safety tools and gadgets, it simply means that the breakers you are going to be using, the surge you are going to be using, the fuse you'll be using, the earthing system or the ground system must be properly sized and must be very active. So when there is a lot of lightning strikes, if you live in an area where you have a lot of lightning strike, you should also ensure to have lightning arresters on that your facility. That will also help you as well. But without any of this, you will just have to live by turning off your inverter system. Are we really communicating? Please give us your favorite emoji if you are here and you are following up and you are enjoying the lectures. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So that is to tell you that your solar system can operate at any time, all day, all time, if it is properly installed, if it has the right uh, safety measures in place. So this also shows you the safety tools and gadgets. I hope you can still see my screen, please. Mr. Chinedu, can you see the screen?
Actually, I can't see the screen, and my network is not fast enough. However, I opened the manual just to follow up on my laptop.
Okay, so who can see the screen, please? I need to be sure that it's not my own network that's.
I
Who
can
can
see
see
the
this?
screen.
Okay, Mr. Femi, you can see the screen.
The screen is on, but it's not showing any information.
Okay, Mr. Oluwasogo can see the screen. Okay, hold on. Let me just reshare the screen right now and see. Okay, you can see the screen,
I
Mr.
cannot get to.
Okay, because I need everyone to see the screen. Just give me a minute, please, then we can proceed. Hold on, please.
That's good. I can see the screen now.
Okay, please confirm you can see the screen right now, please. All right,
I
thank
can
you.
see the screen.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, it's good that you see the screen so that you get the complete information. All right, thank you so much. So, what you can see now is the complete or some or part of the safety tools and gadgets. All right, those are the things you can see. You can see the MCBs, you can see the MCCBs, you can see the surge, you can see your changeover like I talked about earlier. So those things are the things that you will be using to safeguard your solar system, your solar system. So those are the things you need to safeguard your solar system. So this last one is the proper wiring of the box. You can see the your wiring there using all the breakers, using the fuse, the surge, and the earthing is also included here. All right, so that is the first phase of the training for tonight, where we have been able to walk you through the introductory part of what we call energy audit and what to expect from that energy audit. Yes, so before we proceed, we'll have to take some information down as well. Okay, so firstly, we understand the nature of our kind of network connectivity we have all over Africa. So it affects It affects every one of us. It, it affects every one of us. And so we have also found a way to carry everyone along by recording each and every session. And recording each and every session simply means that as we are here right now, this class is being recorded. So when you have network connectivity issues like I had a few minutes ago, all you need to do is to simply carry on. When you are able to reconnect, carry on, and then um, at the end of this class, we would share this video, the recorded video, on all our social media platforms. It's going to be on Facebook, it's going to be on YouTube, it's going to be on Instagram. It's also going to appear on our TikTok page. Okay, so you have it on all of our pages. So if you have our links, please follow us on those social media pages so that once we drop this video, you will be able to have access to it. So you have nothing really to worry about. This particular one is going to be given to everyone for free. All right, just ensure that you follow us. That is all. So secondly, there will also be time for questions and answers, just like we had it in the last class, that is on the WhatsApp platform. Just like we had it in the WhatsApp platform. So once it is time for the questions and answers, all you need to do is to tell us your name and your location, and then you can have your questions. I hope we are together, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are
Please.
together. We are together.
All right, thank you. Please, if you're in a noisy place, kindly mute yourself. Mr. Dewale, you are in a very noisy place. Mr. Tijani, you're in a very noisy place. Please don't unmute yourself again. You can as well use the chat box here to send in your messages. Okay, we will receive it, read it aloud, and then attend to it accordingly. All right, thank you. So we have to proceed. We will take all questions at the same time. Okay, we will take all questions at once. So we believe you are here with your writing material. So put your questions in your writing materials for now. We will take all questions at once. So now proceeding, electrical load analysis. This is the big deal of the day. This is the reason why every one of us is here tonight. Okay, even though you might have other questions that brought you here, but this is the major reason why you should be here. Remember, we said that there is uh, something that the energy audit does for you. We said that the energy audit helps you to know the energy need of the facility. By what? Getting to know the appliances you intend to power up using the solar system, right? That is also very correct. However, we have not told you the medium with which you will be using to design this the energy need of the facility, and that is where this electrical load analysis comes in. So electrical load analysis is a calculation, series of calculations, or the process or processes of evaluating the energy needs of a facility. So that simply means in an ordinary language that electrical load analysis is that which helps you to know the energy need of a facility. So electrical load analysis helps you to know what you are powering up, helps you to know, get the information of the things you are powering up by knowing their number, their quantity, and the time you intend to power those things up. All right, and then it will give you the energy need of the facility. So electrical load analysis actually helps you to know the exact energy consumption of that facility in watt. All right, and it is a very important tool that you are expected to use in the field. However, There are questions you need to ask. You don't just because you are an installer, like I said earlier, you just jump into it and immediately you start doing the designs. No, there are process and processes. Okay, there are procedures with which you need to carry out this your system design or system installation, before installation rather. Okay, so there are questions you need to ask your client. There are three questions you need to ask your client, out of which two are principal questions and one is a bonus question. Two are principal questions and one is a bonus question. Okay, so let's say the client has invited you for a solar system installation, or the client has called you over the phone for an installation. The very first thing you are to ask the client is, what is the energy need of the facility? Now, if the client is a new person, just like myself in this field, if he's new like myself in the field, he can tell you honestly that he doesn't understand what you are talking about. And at that point in time, you can now ask the client, okay, what do you intend to power up using the solar system? That time, the client can now say, okay, he wants to power up his fan, his laptop, his freezer, his bulbs, and every other thing. Yes. So when he gives you that list of the various appliances he wants to power up, you can now take it upon yourself to perform a little magic on it. So when you perform a little magic, you then come up with the energy need of that facility. Then again, you ask the second question, what is the backup time of the solar system? Asking your client the backup time for the solar system practically or technically informs you, calls your attention to the fact that that is the parameter, backup time is the parameter used to design the battery system. So you are technically trying to know uh, how long the energy stored in the battery system will be lasting for that your client. So you want to know how long the client wants to use the system in the absence of solar or any other available source of power supply. Okay, so when there is no solar, when there is no generator, when there is no grid, how long will the energy stored in the battery system last for your client? That is what you intend to know when you ask of the backup time. So it is in hours. It can be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, depending on the client. But one thing you have to know as a professional in this field is that the higher the backup time, the higher the cost of installation. So if Madam Miriam tells us that, oh, she wants the system to run for 10 hours, we will just smile because because looking at her as a woman, will she be able to give us that money that will run her system for 10 hours? You know, ladies and money. All right. Okay. So we will then look at the third question there. After we have discussed the two principal questions, which we said are the energy need of the facility and the backup time, we're now going to be looking at the third question there, which is the budget. Now, considering the fact that our client is Madam Miriam, that is one. Two, she's a lady. Three, she has a large energy need or large size of energy need. All right. So we would be wondering, how will she be able to um, acquire this system? How will she be able to do this system installation? So you can politely ask your client, please, madam, what is the budget available for this project? That is on one hand. Then two, you can also hold on till we present that design and the quotation to the client. Now, Madam Miriam has given us the opportunity to design for her, and when we returned, we have told her, okay, the total package will be like 2.5 million naira, because we are Nigeria here. Okay, even though we don't know where Madam Miriam is from, but I believe she will tell us on the long run. But let's just say 2.5 million naira, and Madam Miriam is saying, oh, that is on the high side. That is expensive. She never expected it to be that high. At that point in time, you can now ask, please, madam, what is your budget for that project? Now, asking the question of budget will, one, help you to understand the real needs of your client. Two, will save you the stress of going through rigorous process without achieving anything. And three, it will help you to give your client the best system she can afford at that moment. So dealing with all of these things at once, you will get to see that, okay, Madam Miriam needs this, this is what she can afford, and then you can actually go ahead with that system installation. So that is what you are expected to do, expected to ask: the energy need, the backup time, and the budget. You also have some importance of electrical load analysis, which ensures a proper sizing of the system, prevent overloading, prevent fire hazards, improve safety and efficiency of the system. You may wish to ask, how does load analysis prevent fire hazards? When the system is overloaded and you are using inferior quality kind of materials to work, an overloaded system will tend to generate more heat. A system that is overloaded is overheated, it will definitely lead to fire outbreak. And that is why you see some client these days will tell you, I don't want solar causes fire outbreak. But then a well designed system is an efficient system, okay? And also you will introduce proper safety into that system and all will be well. So electrical load analysis table, this is where you all need to pay attention. So if you have not been writing all this while, you need to get your writing materials at this point in time. You need to get your writing materials at this point in time. Now, what this electrical load analysis does for you is that it helps you to now carry out the load analysis that we'll be talking about. Okay, it's a table that contains the various information about the facility, about the various appliances you intend to power up using the solar system. Looking at this table before us, I believe everyone can see the table, right? Can you all see the screen clearly, please? Okay, Madam Miriam, can you see the screen? Don't be scared to talk to us. You can actually talk to us, Madam Miriam. Don't be scared. We won't charge you so much as our clients. Okay, so I believe you all can see the screen. Thank you so much. And like I said, if you can't see it, maybe it is your network that is misbehaving. So you just need to log out and log in again. All right, so you can see some of the question marks are there and you have the total to be unknown. So which simply translates or means that you need to actually get to know what those question marks are before we can go ahead to run this electrical load analysis. And that brings us to what we call parameters for electrical load analysis. Parameters for electrical load analysis. One, the quantity of appliance. Two, the power consumed by an appliance. And three, the running time of an appliance. These are the parameters that will help us get to know what those question marks are on that table. So the quantity of appliance tells you the number of appliances that the client intends to power up, number of the same appliance that the client intends to power up using the solar system. So let's say our client for tonight, Madam Miriam, lives in a three-bedroom apartment and she has a TV in each of those rooms. Okay. And during the course of this system installation that we are preparing for her, she wants to power just two TVs out of the three. So on our table of load analysis for quantity of appliance, we are going to be saying that she is powering up two TVs. So for television, it is going to be two for quantity of appliance. That is what that means. So the power consumed by an appliance, the power consumed by an appliance tells you the rated wattages of each and every appliance you intend to power up using the solar system. How can you know the rated wattages of these your appliances is the next question to be asked. You get to know that rating of the appliances by looking into the nameplate. The nameplate is that position or portion on the body of that your appliance or packaging of that your appliance, which tells you everything about the appliance, tells you the name of the appliance, the maker of the appliance, the country of make, the serial number, the IMIE number, the current, the voltage, the frequency, the wattage. All of these details are stated clearly on that your nameplate, and that is where you should be looking out for your information. That's where you are going to be looking out for your information. So on my screen tonight, you can see a typical example of an LG nameplate. So who can tell us what is the energy consumption or power consumed by this television? What is the power consumed by this television? Who can see the screen properly?
195 watts.
Thank you, Mr. Tijani. 195 watts. Thank you, Mr. Bashir. 195 watts. That is very correct. You all are following.
105.
Thank you, Mr. Olasoji. That is also very, very correct. 195 watts. I appreciate that. You guys are following. I like that. Thank you so much. So that is the power consumed by this appliance as you have it on the screen. So the running time of the appliance now tells you, technically tells you the length of time the client intends to power up these appliances. So that technically simply means that the running time only takes effect when these appliances are turned on. That is the only time this running time takes effect. It only takes effect when those appliances are turned on. That is the only time it takes effect. Okay. And it is also in hours: 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So what you need to know as well here is that the higher your running time, the higher the cost of installation. So if Madam Miriam tells us she wants her air conditioner to run for 10 hours, that's a very heavy as a very heavy load, which will require a heavy cost on her pocket. So I hope she has a very deep pocket to accommodate that. All right. So going back to our table right now, you can see the table is complete right now. So we have the quantity of appliance, the power consumed by the appliance, and also the running time for that appliance is also made available right now. So the next thing now is for us to run a load analysis on this table. How can we run a load analysis on this table? It is very simple. um what we are to do is to what we are to do is to use a formula, and that formula states that energy need is equal to, or energy consumed is equal to, quantity of appliance multiplied by power consumed multiplied by the running time. The quantity of appliance multiplied by the power consumed multiplied by the running time gives you the energy consumed or energy consumption of these appliances. So there is also a technique we will be using to um, run that design. It is done in such a way that you get the energy consumed by each of these appliances. That is to say, you get the energy consumed by the DVD player, get the energy consumed by the air conditioner, get the energy consumed by the ceiling fan, get the energy consumed by the refrigerator, get the energy consumed by the blender, and then you sum everything up. That is to say, you add everything up to give you the total energy consumption. Are we here together? Did you get the procedure? Did you get the formula? Are you ready to proceed? Let me see your emoji, please. Okay. All right. Mr. Tomechuku, why are you crying? Why are you shedding tears? Are those tears of joy?
It's not tears of joy. Oh. I can't see any information on the screen, and
Oh,
I've rejoined. I've gone out and rejoined multiple times. Still the same issue.
let me see. Let me try again. I believe every other person can see the screen. So sorry. Let me share the screen again to see if it is from my end. So sorry. No wonder you are shedding tears. You've been shedding tears all this while. I thought it was tears of joy. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, Mr. Tobechuku, can you see the screen now? Can you see the information I'm displaying,
Not
sir?
yet.
Sir?
Not yet. It's not showing. But continue. I'll follow with him. Okay, it has come on now.
All right. Maybe what you also need to do is once we upload the video, you can now go over to rewatch the video.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. All right. So that is the table, and those are the information on the table which we need to work with. So let us now go ahead to work on it using that same procedure or process that we have um, outlined. So for the DVD player, 6 multiplied by 50 by 1 gives you 300 watt hour. For the air conditioner, 2 multiplied by 1.5 by 2 gives you 4,476 watt hour. For the ceiling fan, 5 multiplied by 60 by 7 gives you 2,100 watt hour. For the refrigerator, 3 multiplied by 100 by 5 gives you 1500 watt hour. For the blender, 1 multiplied by 1500 by 1 gives you 1500 watt hour. So altogether, what we have would be 9876 watt hour. 9876 watt hour. As you can see on this table. So right now, the table is complete, and this is what you are expected to now use for your system designs. All right, questions, please. Remember the rule. You tell us your name and your location, and then you can ask your question. Please structure your questions to be in line with what we have learned so far. So good. Thank you. Please go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
Yes.
evening.
Good evening,
My
sir.
name is Adewale Tijani.
Go
I'm
ahead.
from Isheyin, Oyo State, Nigeria.
Okay.
So, thanks to you for the opportunity given to us to join this class. So, I'm very grateful. May Almighty God power and enrich your company and give you wisdom to live the life. Thank you, sir.
Amen. Thank you.
My question is very this. So, what is the difference between lightning arrestor and thunder arrestor? That's number one question.
Okay.
Number two is that so far that the thunder arrestor has been installed in a client building or somewhere or whatever. So is there any need of happening again? So far that thunder arrest has been installed before. So those are my questions, sir.
Sorry, can you go over the second question again? Is that, are you speaking from a speaker? Can you, or earpiece? Can you remove it and talk to your phone directly so I can hear you?
Okay. Can you hear me right now?
Yes, go ahead. I think I can manage, but there's a noise coming from your background. But go ahead, please.
Okay. My second question is there any need of happening so far that the customer has already installed the thunder arrestor in the home?
Okay, you are asking if there's any need of
Can you
running
hear me clearly?
a new thunder arrestor.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. Right. So,
Okay.
the thing is this: for the for your first question, for your first
Yes,
question,
sir, I can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
yes, okay. So for your first question, which you asked, what's the difference between lightning arrestor and thunder arrestor? If that is very correct, I believe that's the first question you asked. Difference between thunder arrestor
Yes, sir.
and lightning arrestor. So now there is no such thing as thunder arrestor. Okay, there is no such thing as thunder arrestor. Just like I explained earlier, during the process of the training, that what affects your system is lightning and not thunder. Now, what thunder is just a sound that accompanies that lightning. So the lightning is in form of high voltages, okay? The lightning is in form of high voltages, which actually is very dangerous to this your system. So those are the things that is very dangerous to your system. It is the lightning and not thunder. Thunder is just a sound which does not cause any harm at all. So therefore, there is no component called thunder arrestor. That is the mistake we make, okay? But then that is also why you are here. At Battery Tech, we tend to give these tools and components their proper technical name. So the right component you have to use is lightning arrestor. That's your rod that you use on the roof is lightning arrestor and not thunder arrestor. Okay, that is one. Then two, you are asking to also know if you are to install a new system or editing system, if there's an existing one, you don't need to run a new one. Okay, if it's a complete house installation, you don't need to run a new one. All you need to do is to connect your system to the already existing editing if it is still active. If you have checked and you have tested it is very active, you just need to connect it to that existing system, and that will be all. So you don't need it. But if there is need for a new one, probably you want to give um your solar panel a different earthing or your complete solar system a different earthing, it is also good and advisable to do that. But then if you already have existing active earthing system, you can make good use of that one. I hope we are together, Mr. Tijani.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Mr. I can see other hands up. Go ahead, please. Introduce yourself and ask your questions, please. One after the other. Mr. Joshua, you can take the floor.
All right. Good evening from my end here. I want to thank you for this opportunity and the way you have structured the lesson structure and every other thing. Good evening to my fellow listeners also. That my question is this: while you were starting the class or on the long run made inside the class, you made mention of uh that was when you were teaching about energy audit. So you say something that there is a possibility when energy audit is not properly done, there is tendency of having a downsized design or oversized design, which you said both have consequences. But then my question is, you said that when the system is oversized, that it has consequence on the appliances. So my question is, how does an oversized system cause problem to the appliance? Because, oh, I'm not assuming on my own end. I'm like, okay, that's you have enough energy and even to spare. So you just take the one you need and then you leave the other one. But then from what you said, that also tells me that it is not safe to have an oversized design. So I'm just trying to kind of be clarified why an oversized design shouldn't be considered. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that question, Sam. It's good you started the class from the very beginning. However, the information you got isn't right or too correct. Okay. When we talked about the energy audit preventing oversizing of the system, we never said it was it prevents oversizing of the system because it is going to have effect on the appliances. No. Okay, because both oversizing and downsizing of your solar system does not in any way affect your appliances. Please, let's be clear on that. I don't remember saying that. Even if I did, it should be an in error. Okay, it does not in any way affect it. Rather, what I think I said was that when you oversize your system, the side effect it is going to have, that is when you oversize it, well, when it is too high, it is going to have an effect of on the cost of installing that system. And that was why I made mention of our client for tonight, Madam Miriam. When she invited us, we just gave her, okay, buy 15 kVA, buy 10 kilowatt hour, buy 10 unit of 560 watt. When what she needed was just a 2.5 kVA, and I also cited that the 2.5 kVA is not at the same cost as the 15 kVA. So it is on the cost implication that um you are advised not to oversize your system. Now, if I should give you an example of clarity on downsizing the system, it technically tells you that when you downsize your system, you would not be able to have that required energy need. You will not be able to have the right size of system to power up your facility, which means that your system would actually be damaged. That your inverter system might actually be damaged by the effect of overloading. Okay, so it simply means that when you overload that your system, which means that you have downsized your solar system by downsizing the inverter system. So instead of using a 5 kVA inverter system, you want to use a 2.5 kVA when the energy need is far higher than 5 kVA. It means that when you power up that your inverter system, if it does not have what we call self protection of its own, and be able to cut off power or be able to put it into deep sleep, some of the um, components in that appliances are in that your not appliances now in that your inverter system might get burnt. That system will shut down and you have to return it to the service center. If it is in the aspect of the energy generation, when you're supposed to use like 4 panels and you use only 2 panels, you won't be charging your batteries properly. You won't be having your batteries getting full. You will not be even be able to power up your facility. So that is what we mean, sir. Okay, and not in the case of and not in the case of your system damaging your appliances when it is oversized or downsized. I hope we are clear on that, sir.
All right. Thank you for the clarification.
All right, sir. All right. Okay, so Mr. Chinedu, go ahead, please.
Good evening, everyone. This is Chinedu from Lagos. Thank you for the opportunity. I noticed during the session when we were talking about safety and precautions, we talked about lightnings and the way it can affect the system. However, sorry, can you still hear me?
I'm with you, sir. Go ahead. Only that, are you using a loudspeaker or an earpiece? You can remove it. It's making a noise.
Okay. So all I wanted to ask was previously when I took
Hello,
interest
Mr.
into the
Chinedu, if you
solar
can hear
and
me.
some laptop.
Mr. Chinedu, if you can hear me.
Okay.
There's a noise coming from your background. I believe you're using a loudspeaker. Remove, just disconnect it, please. Disconnect the loudspeaker you're using so that I can be able to hear
I
you.
just
This is
got
a
my
good.
picture.
Hello, sir, are you there? Please, if you're using a loudspeaker like your MP4, MP3s or so to play it loudly, please, you just need to disconnect, okay? It's making a whole lot of, it's sending a feedback to me and I am hearing echoes here, so I can't hear you properly. Thank you. So, um, Mr. Bashiru from Lagos is asking, the earthing used for solar system, is it the same earthing used for electrical connection to the building? Yes, sir. That is, I think that's what we explained earlier when who asked that question. I think one of us here has asked that question on earthing. So it's actually the same earthing system, or you can decide to run a new earthing system, especially for your solar. It's also good that way. Um, Okay. Our friend Mr. Kapsabet, please pardon me if I murder your name, from Kenya, is asking what happens if a solar plant which is grid tied is installed in one of the universities, but lightning arresters and the earthing system were omitted. Okay, so what happens? The installation is not yet complete because the safety aspect of it is not yet complete. Even though I believe that they must have used the other means of safeguarding that system, the surge, the breakers, and to do the protection. However, the earthing should also be included, considering the fact that if the if where the installation was done was a high prone area of lightning. So if it is, the lightning arresters have to be incorporated in that installation. Okay. So what happens is that when there is a lightning storm, that system is open to danger. I hope that is clear, our friend from Kenya. All right, so we can take a few more questions before we wrap it up. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you too, sir. Okay, we can take one more question. Mr. Chinedu, are you ready for us? Ask your question now before it is too late. Okay, Mr. Chinedu is finally asking, for fire outbreak caused by solar panels mounted on the roof has been trending for over 2 years. While doing some marketing, I came across this news a lot, both online and real time. I wanted to hear some safety precautions during the session, but did not get it. Yes, Mr. Chinedu, you cannot get it in this session, okay? I believe somebody asked that question on safety precisely, and we told the person that complete information on safety is not actually included in this basic package, okay? So for you to get the complete information on safety, you have to do certain things. One, you have to enroll fully, which means you have to pay your enrollment fee for this basic course, okay? And then we can give you access to this information you are asking now. So if you have paid, you have no worry. So in the when we start the paid classes, you can ask, or I believe you must have been added to the premium class, which is the paid class. So you can also ask your questions in that premium platform or group that you have been added. We will take it. And two, for you to have complete knowledge on safety, you are also advised to enroll for our advanced course. Yes. So there's an advanced course after this basic, which will give you complete knowledge of everything solar. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. So we have to proceed with the training right now. That's a much question we can take. We spent a whole lot of time already. And in proceeding right now, this is where we will be informing everyone that it is the end of the free training session. Yes, this is the end of the free training session. And we kindly advise everyone and we kindly advise everyone to enroll for the premium class to continue and complete the training course. Yes, so we have been able to prove to each and everyone on this platform that we aren't here for a joke. And for those who were thinking that, oh, can these guys deliver? Oh, what are these guys talking about? What are they going to discuss online? Can we do a course on solar system online? Yes, you can do a course, a complete course online. Okay. And for those of you who are also interested in the practical aspect of it, we also have a training center here in Ogun State. So if you're in Ogun State or in Lagos, you can actually come around for our physical training and we can put you through the practical sessions. Okay, we can do a special arrangement for you. You come for your practicals, even if it's a day or two, to we'll put you through in all of those things. We are here performing miracles. Yes, when I say miracle, it's actually miracle. So you can actually go on our Google platform where we have our Google business page and see the reviews there. We are actually performing wonders. So it is Mr. Adewale Tijani. Please don't unmute yourself again. What's the problem? Hold on. There was a time you were required to ask questions and you have asked. So hold on. You get another time, okay? So it is now time for you to pay your enrollment fees, okay? And we say congratulations to everyone who trusted in the process, even without the training starting, and then paid their fees. So if we have not paid, it is now you are expected to pay those fees. Okay, for Nigerians you have to pay 5,000 naira. For Sierra Leoneans it's 300 leons. Kenyans have to pay 2,100 Kenyan shillings. Cameroonians have to pay 8,500 Cameroonian CFA. Ghanaians have to pay 300 Ghana cedis. Ugandans for 5,000 Ugandan shillings. Zimbabweans 12 USD. Liberians 12 USD. Please, if you are here, you've not heard how much you have to pay or your payment platform, please let us know as well. Please, it is a one-time payment, which means that once you pay, you are entitled to getting a training certificate at the end of this training program. You are also entitled to getting the training, complete training manual, which is the PDF document we're talking about. We are also entitled to getting recorded live class videos like this one. This particular one is going to be shared for free, but for every other one, it is going to be coming at a cost of paying your enrollment fee. And the biggest offer we have is mentorship. So if you work in the field and you face any challenge or challenges, please do not hesitate to reach out to us and we will guide you till that project is completed. We have always been delivering. All right. Final questions for the night bordering on payments. You can ask now, please. Questions bordering on payment alone, please. If you have any question on payment, please you can ask. Thank you.
Well done, sir. My name is Adewale Tijani from Isioni, Oyo State.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Okay. My question is this. It is the same price for the online training and the physical training. It is the same amount.
No, sir. Do you want to come and pay 5,000 for the physical training, sir?
Just ask.
No, sir, they are not the same thing, sir. Our physical training is 50K.
50K for how many days, sir?
It's 2 weeks.
For those of you that will come with long distance.
Sir, for those of you that what?
For those of us that will come from long distance, that's
Okay.
why I ask how much is the
Okay, fine. Usually it was 1 month before, but because of the fact that some persons come from far, like the last batch we just completed, some persons came from the Oyo you are at, the Bado you are at, some came from Oshogbo, some came from Ijebu. So it wasn't convenient for them to spend that 1 month. So we now decided that the next batch we are going to be running will be 2 weeks. So it is 2 weeks now, sir.
sir. That is going to cost I'll be 50,000 naira.
Sir?
I said that 2 weeks is going for 50,000 naira, sir.
Yes, sir. The 2 weeks is for 50,000 naira, sir. That's the fee for the
So for those
physical
of you,
training. Sir?
okay, for those people that are interested in physical training, so is there any need for them to enroll for the online one too as well?
It depends on you, sir. If you want to enroll for the online, fine. Because there are those that even enrolled for the online and they still came for the physical, so you will still pay. So if you are sure you will come for the physical, there is no problem, okay? If you text me now that you're coming to the center tomorrow, I will advise you not to enroll for the physical so that you can have enough, sorry, not to enroll for the online, so you can have enough funds to enroll for the physical. You understand me, sir? So that is it. But then if you feel that
All
you
right,
need
sir.
to be together with the online guys and then come for the physical for practical purposes, no problem at all. Because when you come for the physical, you will discover that some of the information we are even giving out online is not enough, because we take our time to drill you, to give you a complete and in-depth knowledge of what we're talking about here.
All right, sir.
Yes, so text me, Mr. Adewale, chat me up on WhatsApp or call me so that we can take it off from there, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So I think we can still take some more questions on payments. Anyone who has a question on payment, please. Let's hear from you now. Any question on payment, please. Any question on payment, please. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. This is to tell you all that this is where the training will be coming to an end for tonight. But it doesn't mean that the training is over, because the training is just beginning and it's going to be more interesting. Remember, what you just did or had experience of is what we call the energy need of the facility. You are now going to be using that energy need, which is 9,876, to size your various solar components, which means that you are going to be sizing your inverter, you are going to be sizing your solar panel, you are going to be sizing your charge controller, you will also be sizing your battery system. We hope to see you all in that class. For payment details, text me directly right now. I will send it to you, even though we are also going to be sharing that payment details on the group that every one of us is. Like we promised, this recorded a live class video will be shared on all our social media pages, and the YouTube channel link will be shared on the group as well, so that everyone can go and watch it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night rest and see you all in tomorrow's paid training class. Bye bye.